Hello all, we are back with Sage 24, and I know it's been a while, so we are going to power through these, and I will give you my thoughts and review on the games that I have played. If any one of these really grabs my attention, I'll be sure to let you know, and we'll put some extra time into it later. The timestamps for these games will be below in case you want to jump ahead, so let's go ahead and get started. First up is Cain and Iddo. This is a 2D platforming game, and you start off by playing as Cain, the dog, who appears to be running late for work. He decides the best route for him to get to work is to climb over these buildings. So, you're playing the game, you're slapping some raccoons and squirrels, as well as some other rodents, as you make your way up the buildings and then onto the rooftops. And not long after proceeding through the stage, you will find Iddo, who is a hyena, and he will follow you similar to how Tails does Sonic. And you can switch between the two characters. Cain will have his moveset where he swings a club object to attack enemies, while Iddo will use his tongue to stretch out and grab the enemies so he can pick them up with his hand and then throw them. So the game has controller support, but the controls of the controller didn't match the ones that was being displayed on screen, like with the tutorial. So maybe it's specifically for Xbox controllers. I had used the DS4 when I was playing this game, but it worked fine. So I thought this game was really good. Go try it out. Next up is a returning entry called Candy Rangers, and I'm not sure of what type of game you would call this, but it requires some decent reactions as you'll proceed through a stage while playing as 4 Candy Rangers at the same time. Each of them will fire a different type of gun, which will be useful for a specific type of enemy. So firing the weapons are WASD, with each key being assigned to one of the Rangers, as you will be using 4 of them. So one of them may shoot vertically, while the other may shoot horizontally, and another might shoot in a zigzag or something like that. So you'll have to react quick enough to the enemies appearing on screen to get a high enough score, as well as avoiding having them run into you, causing damage. So if you're not comfortable using a keyboard, I think this game does have controller support. However, I think the keyboard was working just fine, especially because there are these colored icons that are floating over the enemies, so you don't get confused on which gun to fire. So I definitely think that this was a good game. Go try it out. Next game is Canvas Intruder. It is a 2D platformer game that can be really fast if you're experienced enough. You can run really fast, jump, slide, do a spin attack, and some things like that to defeat the enemies. The game was simple, but it was really fun. However, I did not spend as much time on this game as I would have liked due to it not having controller support. So this game also forced me into full screen, and I had no idea how to close it outside of bringing up the task manager. So those are my only issues that I have with this game. I think you should try this one out. Make sure you run something like Xpadder or something in case you want to use it with the controller. The next game is Cappi Starbound Saga, and just like the last game, it does not have controller support. And I was really annoyed by this one specifically because I really like this game. For the short time that I played it. You have a character that you can select as well as a partner, but they will not be shown in this video since I did not get further enough to meet them, I guess. You can run, you can attack with a yo-yo, and there's also a jumping attack that looks like the Insta Shield from Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And you will need to use this attack to bounce off of objects that are floating in the air to advance in the stage, because there will be platforms that you cannot reach unless you bounce off of these objects. So I really like the music and the art style of this game. It reminds me of those very old PC games. And this is one of those games that I hope to return to if I have time, because I want to see if I can use a executable like Xpadder to play this game using a controller, because I think that it is a great game. Go try it out. Next is Capybara Rescue, and it is a 2D platformer It took me a while just to figure out what the jump key was. There may have been an option setting, but I just started the game and it didn't appear to have a tutorial. So I had to use a keyboard because, once again, no controller support. I really don't see the appeal in playing platformer games with a keyboard, as there's so many damn keys on the keyboard and you only need about 7 of them to play the game. So uh, I thought that this game was really fun. It was really simple. Didn't spend much time on it. Like I said, lack of controller support. But you basically play this game by running to the end of the level where there is a door for you to smash. And, that's how you complete the stage. But along the way, you will encounter some enemies that you can punch and I guess kick and headbutt. There's like one attack key, but like when you press it, the character does like combos. So, yeah, you could beat them up. And then sometimes the enemies will drop items that will restore your health. And like you could tell how much health you have left by like the icon in the top left. It'll show like your character's face, and then like the more beat up you get, the more beat up he looks in the icon. So I really like that feature. The art style just really made me laugh a bit. It reminds me a lot of Pizza Tower, which is also a great game. So like I said, I think that this game is really good. I just think that when it comes to these 2D platformers, we need to have the controller support because it will just bring in more fans that way. So I'm going to end it here on this session. There's still so many games that I need to cover, and I hope to get to all of them soon. So if you are still here, I want to thank you for watching. Thanks to all the authors for submitting these games and demos for us to play. And if you want to try them out yourself, I will provide the link for you in the description below. Leave a like or a dislike on this video to support me. Subscribe to the channel if you're feeling generous. I will see you all next time.